What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Barber Jase, and yes, we are back with another video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Shout out to everyone that's watching. Big up to all the new subscribers and all the new followers on my Instagram. Make sure you follow that. But anyway, let's get into the video. Today we're going to go for a skin fade blended into like a messy textured top. So starting off, wetting down the hair, making sure it's wet all the way down into the roots so you can get cleaner sections. You know, the wetter the better, if you know what I mean. So now I'm sectioning off my horseshoe, separating the top with the sides. Make sure your sections are nice and clean. The cleaner the sections, the cleaner the haircut. So I'm using a wider tooth comb to section out the hair. That's why in some combs there's a missing tooth at the end that will make it easier for you to section. And I use the finer tooth comb to separate the sections. So now I'm doing a bit of block graduation to build up some weight and to create a nice weight line for me to work from. You could also do clipper over comb, which I think I should have done because it allows you to take it shorter and a bit tighter to the head, but it's good to switch up the techniques. When doing this technique, at the back of the head I over direct it down at that angle, and at the sides I pull it straight out, which creates more of a square shape. At the back of the head I over direct it down because it gives it more weight and builds up more graduation, which is what I want, as I don't want to take the crown too short. Here I'm just double checking, making sure both sides are even and adjusting it if I need to. So right now I'm sectioning a line from the apex to the recession point. This is going to create a triangular shape and I'm going to connect that into the sides. This sectioning pattern allows you to connect the sides into the top but leaving the fringe disconnected. So now I'm adjusting the fringe, pulling it down and point cutting it just on the eyebrows. So when it does dry up, it's going to curl up and bounce up just above the eyebrows, which is the length that he wants. I'm going to be doing a lot of point cutting and a lot of texturizing in this haircut because we're going for that messy textured look. Normally you would do the fringe last, but as I got it sectioned out already, I'm going to do it first, and then when I cut my layers, I'm going to use the fringe as a guide. So now, sectioning out my profile line, same as normal. So now when I pull that profile line up, I should see a short point at the front. That's my guide, and I'm going to use that and point cut the layers in. I like point cutting the top for styles like this, as it gives it shape and texture. So after the profile line is done, I start sweeping the hair from the front, and my guide should be in the middle. So I'm pulling it straight up, working down the middle column, and my guide should be right there, and I'm just going to point cut it to that. Always cut to your guide. If you don't see a guide, don't cut. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Thank you so much everyone that is watching. Make sure you like this video and comment down below any questions. I hope I'm not boring anyone. I know everyone just wants to see the fade and the shape up, but scissor work and sectioning is just as important when you're starting as a barber. As Michael Jordan says, get the fundamentals down and the level of everything you do will rise. If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing one blue glove, it's so it's easier for you guys to see the hair and to see the guide. I did it for you guys. It looks pretty cool as well. Now I'm cross-checking my work. I cut the top in horizontal sections, so I'm picking it up in vertical sections, checking out if I've missed any bits. Applying a bit of sea salt spray. It's a really effective styling product, and it effortlessly creates texture without any like heavy sort of product in it. Really good. natural finish. So with my hairdryer, I'm using it at the highest heat and at the slowest speed. This will allow the hair to dry as natural as possible. You could also use a diffuser, which would be better, but I lost my one. So starting off the clipper work, we've got a number 2 guard on, and we're going to start to remove some weight and create some shape. There's still quite a lot of weight, which is why I thought it would be better to use clipper over comb at the beginning instead of block graduation, but it's cool, we can work with it and we can create our own shape with a number 2. Now let's pop in that placement line. I've got my cordless magics with a ceramic blade. I think using the ceramic blade to put in lines and to remove bulk is perfect because the blade stays cool and it saves my main clippers from getting blunt. I don't use it to fade out lines because I don't think it's good for detailing and for refining my work. It's not as accurate and precise, but for bulk removal, perfect. Now using my Andis T outliners with the GTX blade to remove any hairs that I've missed out to set it up nicely for my foils. We had to take it down to the foils using a Babyliss Pros. This will give the fade an extra edge, give it more contrast and blurriness, and to give it more longevity, give it an extra couple days. By the way, not all of my clients, I take their fade down to the foils. Not everyone's skin can handle it, so don't worry if it's not on every single haircut. Now putting in my 0.5 guideline, I'm going to push it up about 1 centimeter or ½ an inch. So for this haircut, I'm going to be fading up. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to create a guideline, fade it out. Another guideline, fade it out until it's blended into the top. There are definitely benefits by fading up. It allows you to control how high each guard goes, and it makes it more balanced on both sides, as you know you're working just above that line and you can use your mirror to check the balance. Unlike fading down, sometimes you don't know when to flick out. You might flick out a little bit lower or a little bit higher on each side, but by fading up, you know you're working just above that line, which is going to be parallel all the way through the fade. So now I'm fading at that 0 line, blending it into the 0.5, slowly opening my lever until that line is blended in. Make sure you keep opening that lever at least 3 times into the top of the 0.5. I start with it closed and I slowly open that lever all the way open. Sometimes I even touch up the top of that 0.5 with the lever all the way open, just to make sure it's a 0.5 at the top. Now putting in my next guideline with a 1 open, pushing it up about 1 centimeter or around ½ an inch again. When you're putting in guidelines, it shouldn't take you too long. You want to spend more time fading the actual line out. So now I'm closing that lever, just touching up that line to blend in the 0.5 into the 1 open. It's not going to be fully faded in, so don't worry if there's still a line. You're still going to use your 0.5 guard to blend it in. So now using my 0.5 guard, and this should blend the 0.5 into the 1, and the 1 is blended into the 1 open. It's also good to fade up because once that line is gone, you know you can move on to your next step. Unlike when you're fading down, it's harder to tell when you're done with the guard because the fade will be completed right at the end. Now going back with a 2, just to make sure above that 1 open is a 2, so I can blend that straight in with the 1.5 guard. There shouldn't be much coming off, but it's just to make sure the 1.5 will complete the fade. So now with a 1.5 guard, this should complete the fade. After this step, I can start detailing and refining my work. Another shout out to everyone. Big up to all my subscribers. I have reached 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy. This is just the beginning. We've got a lot more work to do. Got a lot more content coming out. Make sure you stay tuned. The marathon continues. Now that the fade is done, we just need to blend it in using a bit of scissor over comb. This is a great technique as it just softens the blend without changing the shape too much. As you can see, the scissor work on top is looking wicked. It's got loads of texture and movement. A bit of point cutting on the fade just to pick out any dark spots that I see. This will be a perfect technique to refine this fade, because if I go in with my clippers, I could risk taking the fade higher. Now it's time to shape up my client. As you can see, he's got a really unique hairline. It looks like he's sponsored by McDonald's. No offense, Aman, you're my bro. So I'm gonna completely leave the middle part of his hairline and just shape up the corners. Most of the length and the curls on top will cover up most of the hairline anyway. But it will be nice to give some sort of shape on the corners. It will also make the fade pop out a bit more, and it will bring the whole haircut together. So right here, I'm putting in some texture by twisting the hair and slicing some texture into it. I'm not fully closing my scissors, I'm just using the back of the blade, slicing the hair. Give this technique a try, guys. Let me know what you think. This is good for wavy or curly hair. Now using my razor, finishing off the haircut to give it that extra crispiness. Guess what, guys? We had to do it for the culture. We had to insert the signature Barber Jase chopsticks. We had to let them know. So firstly, putting in a very thin line. Make sure you make it as thin as possible first. And then I use the right side of my clipper and I just drag that right side down a little bit and do the same just underneath it. Make sure your chopsticks aren't too far apart. They need to work together. Now I'm using my razor just to touch up the bottom part of the line, and then that's it. The chopsticks done. So now let's style him up using a bit of uppercut styling powder. Let's nice up the thing for him. I also used a very small amount of matte clay, just a little bit. I didn't want it to be too heavy. Now positioning the hair where I want it to sit and finishing off with a little bit of hairspray. But that is the haircut complete, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I can see 90% of the viewers are not subscribed yet, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. But stay fresh, stay faded, stay safe. It's your boy, Barber Jase. Peace.